Welcome, everyone, to episode 150 of the Looks Like a Movie podcast. My name's Kevin. I'm here with Doug and Owen, and today we're talking about 28 years later, The Bone Temple. But first, as always, we could talk about what we watched this past week. Douglas, take it away.
I watched the new Drewski skit
Yep.
for about the mega church.
Yep.
So I meant to bring up the last Drewski video on the podcast, but I forgot because it's not in our letterbox log. So today I made a note because I've been doing paper
Okay.
notes. I made a note on my sheet to bring this up.
Right.
Have both of you guys seen this
Yes.
viral
Yes.
skit?
Mm,
You haven't
Oh,
seen it,
no.
Owen?
come on. Keep up.
Well, I don't know what you're
It's
talking about.
This is
it's
the biggest release
phenomenal.
of the week, kind
It,
of.
Oh
it,
my
it,
goodness.
unironically, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It sounds like I'm joking. I'm being silly. Kevin, you're correct. This is the biggest release of the week. Um, More people have watched this Drewski video than will watch any movie except for probably like The Odyssey that comes out this
Oh,
year.
wow.
Um,
I think you're forgetting about a couple movies, but yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, no, you're right.
There's a
Avengers.
Spider-Man and Avengers movie
Yeah,
coming out this
no, you're
year,
right.
but
Yeah. But outside of like those,
yeah, sure.
Um, I so I was thinking about it, and I annoy my girlfriend because every time a new Drewski video comes out, I go on like the same rant, where it's like he's a filmmaker.
Uh-huh.
Not only is he a filmmaker, Drewski is like one of the most popular filmmakers alive.
Yeah, no. I
But I'm being serious.
Yeah,
This
no.
mega church skit is a film. There's extras. There was probably a call sheet. There was like they were obviously doing takes. There's different locations. Was certainly a script.
Yeah.
Or something that's like very similar to a script, and it's incredible. It's really good. So you haven't seen the video, Owen, but in the video, it's a parody of like mega church pastors,
Yes.
right? Um,
It's like a minute long Righteous Gemstones episode.
yeah, yeah. They're like righteous gemstones. Um, and Drewski has in the video is one of the funniest jokes I've heard. I don't even know like in so long. It's funnier than any joke in any movie I've heard in a minute. Where Drewski is wearing, he goes, people in the congregation have been asking me why I've been wearing Christian Dior and Christian Louis Vuitton. And it's because I'm a Christian. And then he lifts up his feet and he shows that he's wearing red bottoms. And he says, and I walk in the blood of Christ. And it's the funniest fucking joke. It's funnier than any written joke in any movie. Like, it's so fucking funny. Oh my God. And then he just repeats it because I'm a Christian and I walk in the blood of Christ. And I was thinking, he's kind of like Charlie Chaplin.
Okay.
Right.
Alright.
Right. Yeah.
How come I haven't seen you bring this energy to the podcast for the Connor O'Malley skits that he posts online?
Well, so the Conor O'Malley skits are also incredible, right? Obviously, very notably, major one is the
Mm,
pipe rock skit. It's a
yeah.
very famous skit that was really incredible last year. I think it came out like January last year, right?
Yeah.
That one's really good too. I guess like the difference for me is Conor O'Malley. It is like the same thing, but like I guess like I'm Conor O'Malley's not as famous,
Sure.
Yeah.
which isn't a
He-
slight to Conor O'Malley, but I'm like because my thing is
all
like
audiences.
no. And Conor O'Malley also is in movies and stuff. Like this is Drewski's whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just like making these videos, and I'm like,
No.
wait, no, Drewski's just a filmmaker, but like truly, like actually like a filmmaker, but it's not thought about it like that,
Yeah.
Like these,
Connor
like,
O'Malley's got a feature in the works.
yeah,
that I just
exactly.
heard about recently,
Um,
which is interesting.
but Conor O'Malley is very funny too. But yeah, I like I guess like the difference is like this is Drewski's medium. Drewski
Right.
doesn't
Yeah.
want to direct films. Drewski like this is like
Well, do
these
we
like
know?
Yeah. What if he does?
If he wanted to, he probably
feel
could
like
make
he
he
it.
should-
absolutely could if he wanted to. I truly
Oh,
think
yeah.
that. But because like
We
I
got
don't
a
know.
Markiplier movie coming out next month. You
And it
know,
looks really
Yeah.
bad. The iron. Are we gonna cover that? The Iron Lung.
I'm actually not sure. I haven't made the schedule for next month.
It is interesting, not to drag this on much longer,
Sorry.
but I do think like I know like some of these like kind of more internet famous people have like mentioned wanting to act or wanting to be in movies, and like they can just kind of go and do that, but there seems to be like a barrier of like wanting to be like in the Hollywood sphere, where
Mhm.
like Drewski could just go and like make an independent movie himself, because like what you're saying with the production and the extras and all this stuff, it's like you don't have, no one has to tell you or like allow you in to go do it. You could just go do it. Like, so like he
Yeah.
could totally just go make a movie instantly whenever he wants to.
Some of these skits that he's been doing, like are kind of like getting like a little bit more, not high minded, that's not the word. Ambitious is the word I'm looking.
Right.
Like are getting a little bit more ambitious. And if he just has an idea for like one of his skits that is like really ambitious, where it kind of like escapes the limitations of his like the TikTok, right?
Yeah,
Which is kind of what he
the
makes them for.
medium,
The medium, right?
the
He could
vertical.
it could like he could do like feature film, they used to do like feature films for like SNL movies used to be really common.
Mhm.
I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just something I've been thinking about, because like it really is like really great. Like the megachurch skit that he released this week is like really actually fantastic. um
I just wonder if it's because like we're talking about these like 2 minute like skits
mhm.
where it's like very much in tune with what people are consuming, and thinking about like it would have to go against like the algorithm based kind of like what people are wanting, and kind of what he would want to do if that's what he wants to do, opposed to what people want,
Right.
because people don't want to watch. But I'm sure if he did make a 2 hour thing, or like even an hour 30, people
Mhm.
would definitely watch it. Which I think would be good to have people watch longer things.
No, of course,
Wait,
yeah.
as like oh, you like my 2 minute thing? Here's my, even if it's like 45 minute. I know he does longer stuff though, right? It definitely has, he has like some longer form.
Well, he does long YouTube videos.
Yeah,
Right.
but he does the it's the, they're not skits though. They're
Like, he has,
they're
like, a
different
show.
kind of skits. Yeah, he
he
does the
did the,
show
like-
like could have been records. That's what Timothy
Yeah,
Chalamet was
yeah,
on.
yeah.
But that's like
yeah.
a different thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to. I don't know if you guys have anything more to say about that. I just wanted to mention that.
No, I was reminded that you guys, I doubt you guys know who this is. There's a person on TikTok named Terry Joe. Are you guys familiar?
Actually, think vaguely.
Okay, so when I was doing the calendar for what movies we were
Yeah.
reviewing this month, I saw that Terry Joe,
As a movie.
who's like a TikToker that I'm familiar with, has a debut film coming out on Tubi, and I'm like, Drewski could just
Okay.
release a movie on Tubi probably pretty easily if he wanted to. I don't know.
I
That's my
think
last thought,
I
but
think Drewski
if somebody
could get
like
like
Terry
a
Joe
real
could do it,
a
Drewski is
real
like
deal.
mega famous. Yeah.
Bro, Drewski could take that fucking, what is he partnered with? Is it FanDuel or DraftKings? One of those like gambling things he's partnered with, and just like self-finance a small little thing, like a little $3 million indie. Comedies aren't
Mhm.
expensive to make. They used to be the thing back in the day in Hollywood. You'd make a comedy.
Drewski's got to bring back the low budget, mid budget comedy.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's worth. I don't know. I think it's worth mentioning.
Mhm.
And then I watched Father, Mother, Sister, Brother in theaters. The new Jim Jarmusch.
You're right.
Right.
Similar kind of vein of
Yeah.
talent there.
What a picture. Bizarre movie. Really bizarre
Okay.
movie. Does not work on many levels.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because it's an anthology, but like each anthology, it's 3 anthologies: Father, Mother, and then Sister and Brother are the 3 anthologies.
Mhm.
And each one gets worse. Each one is worse than the previous one.
Nice.
And it kind of starts wearing you down to the point where you get to Sister Brother, which is the
Yeah.
worst one, kind of by far. It feels like it's 8 hours long.
Nice.
And you're just like sitting there and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, last week I had the choice between seeing that and Is This Thing On, and I feel like I made a pretty smart choice watching Is This Thing On.
Yeah. It's not it's not terrible. It's just it's really not great. The whole movie, it should have just been like a full length movie about the father portion, which is Tom Waits, Adam Driver, and the woman from The Big Bang Theory, whose
Right.
name I forget.
Yes. I
Right.
you probably don't need to
Right.
remember her
Yeah,
name.
it's strange though. Very stilted dialogue, very like play like. Um, really like CGI driving.
Nice, nice, nice.
And the whole thing's about like, oh, you never really know your parents, you know? And that's
Yeah.
it. That's the whole
I guess
thing.
you
Oh,
don't.
you never really know your parents. And then yeah, it's very strange. And then I watched Is This Thing On, which Kevin just said that he watched. Really
Yeah.
great movie. A lot of people are not liking this, I guess. Not really connecting.
I feel like it's mostly just like
Fuck those guys.
middling.
I don't know.
I don't know if people are like disliking it.
Yeah, I think it's just a movie that like because of what it is, people aren't able to kind of like get like because it's really, really good, but it's also like the subject and the kind of style is very kind of toned down and maybe stripped down and different from like a Maestro, perhaps.
Of course, way smaller
Um,
than Maestro. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's really great. We talked about it, but
No, yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's really great. The as well. I agree with you. The camera operator part of it, the like Bradley Cooper camera operator, really awesome. The
Yeah.
movie shot really
Yeah.
well. A lot of
what
a lot
do
of like.
you think about Balls?
Well, no, Balls is incredible. Bradley Cooper is an
Yeah.
incredible character actor.
He's so
You know?
Yeah,
good.
he is.
Bradley,
So-
yeah, just an incredible character actor, which we already knew because he was fucking Rocket Raccoon, which is an unbelievable voice, right?
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
he just
obviously,
comes in and like steals every scene he's in. It's great.
no, him being Balls is really just going back to his roots because that's where he started. Like he kind of got
Yeah,
famous from
comedy.
being in the Hangover. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, obviously he could do that. Granted, I will say like he should only do that because I also think he's great at Maestro. Like he could be
Yeah.
like
Oh,
a,
he's-
like
he's
serious
incredible.
leading man. if
Yeah, he could
needs
do
to.
anything.
But that's the thing, he could do anything. He's kind of an unbelievable talent in Hollywood. I don't
Yeah.
know. People are too mean to Bradley Cooper.
No,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah. And then last night I watched Resident Evil Apocalypse, Resident
Right.
Evil 2.
The worst one.
That's what people say. It's not. I mean, it's not great. It's like really kind of poor. It's like really,
It's
really poorly edited.
fine.
Really, really poorly
Yeah.
edited film. We watched after we watched the movie because we have it on Blu-ray. We have all of them on Blu-ray. We sat there and watched like 2 hours worth of special features, and it was like,
Specifically for that movie.
yeah, just for that movie for Resident Evil Apocalypse. 2 hours of special features just for
That's
Resident Evil
great.
Apocalypse.
That's great.
And it was like, wow, so many people worked really, really hard on this movie
Mhm.
just for them to go into the editing room and make it so you can't fucking see anything the entire time.
Right.
I was like,
Are you
Jesus
gonna
Christ.
now? Are you gonna go through the rest? Is that like your plan?
Yeah. I'm really excited because I liked this one, but
Yeah.
the
I'd be interested. I mean, I would have guessed that would be your least favorite, but I'd be interested if you like this random other ones. But all the Paul ones are really incredible.
right. Well, he did the first one's really great.
Yeah.
The reason why I was looking because I was like, why didn't because he wrote and produced the second one, and I was like, why didn't he direct this one?
Yeah.
He was busy doing Predator versus or Alien versus Predator
Oh, okay.
at the time of his
Right.
production. He was working on that, which I would say a fair trade-off because that
Sure.
movie,
Yeah. It's sort of. I
uh,
mean, it seems like a bigger movie.
yeah, certainly one that people remember more fondly.
Right. People don't like the the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah,
Or General Public. That's why we're getting the new one.
right.
Those last 2 or 3, they're
Mhm.
really, really good.
Yeah, the movie's interesting because it's directed by I think it's Alexander Witt, who's a second unit director, like a second unit director on like a bunch of stuff, but kind of like I mean on like Avengers movies and stuff too.
Okay. Yeah.
But really, really most notably, a second unit director on a lot of Ridley Scott stuff. So he was like directing a lot of Ridley Scott like action scenes.
Okay.
You know, as a part of the second unit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And I was reading a review
I want to talk about the second unit this week.
where
You seen the
where
Ryan Coogler thing?
uh
Oh, never mind.
No.
Unimportant.
I was reading a review where they were saying that like, oh, you could kind of see Ridley Scott's sentimentality for like action scenes in Resident Evil
Okay.
Apocalypse in the sense where like everything's super blurry, and they were comparing it to
Right.
Gladiator, where it's it's a lot of close-ups and a lot of really fast cutting, and you can't really see what's going on. And I was like, oh, that's It's interesting. It's kind of like the
Mhm.
worst sentiments of Ridley Scott
Yeah.
brought to this. But yeah, that's what I watched this week.
Nice. Owen, what were you watching?
I got stuck on mute. Wait, okay, wait. So
Bro looked like he had gas in his head.
Yeah, 150
Ah!
episodes in, by the way.
150? Is this
Yeah, it's
150 today?
150
Wow.
today. Isn't
You
that
think
incredible?
can we
Literally
take a
said it at the
moment?
beginning of the
Can we
episode.
take a moment for that?
We don't have to.
Okay, so I
300
watched
hours. No, it's more than that. It's
Vivacious
like
Lady.
600 hours.
Vivacious Lady, George
Mhm.
Stevens, it's Ginger Rogers and James Stewart. Super jolly, fun, like happy movie. Just a good time. Yeah, it's really great. It's really lovely. 1938, like young Jimmy Stew. And then I watched 12th Night. This is a Trevor Nunn Shakespeare adaptation.
Who's Trevor Nunn?
Yep, that's exactly.
Okay.
He did Cats.
Brother of Kendrick Nunn.
Well, he was a co-director on Cats.
Shut
He's
up.
it's Sir. Oh, okay.
Seth's
Sir-
favorite player.
Wait, what?
He
Kendrick
said
Nunn?
brother of Kendrick Nunn.
No, I don't think
Remember
so.
Kendrick Nunn?
Yes, I remember Kendrick Nunn. Is he in Shanghai right now?
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn's playing overseas somewhere.
Okay, so I'm looking at it now. He's Sir Trevor Nunn.
Oh, he was knighted?
Yeah,
He's-
not
yeah.
Kendrick Nunn, famously not a sir.
Yeah. Seems to be a very prominent like theater director, which makes sense for doing
For doing
Twelfth
Shakespeare?
Night. Right. But and then he did a bunch of other like Shakespeare film adaptations. There's not many 12th Night movie adaptations, or
Mhm.
like at least big ones, popular ones. So this is like the biggest one. It's okay. Helena Bonham Carter is really good in it. Richard E. Grant, Ben Kingsley. It's pretty good. It's nothing too crazy though. I thought it was enjoyable enough. But didn't really blow my socks off by any means.
Your socks stayed on.
Yes. And then I watched The Testament of Ann Lee on 70, and I have quarrels with my viewing experience, not the movie itself. And I think I would wish to have had better situation when viewing. I saw this on 70 millimeter, and immediately the movie opens with like you guys haven't seen it, but it opens with a black title card sequence with like white text and like white like kind of little graphic stuff there, and immediately I'm like, this is very like dull. It be like the light is very dull, and I don't know. I'm assuming this was a projection issue.
Like the bulb was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because, or I don't know. I'm like really confused because I had to like rewatch the trailer afterwards, because the whole movie I'm like, this is so dark in like a way that feels unintentional and weird and bad. Like where like there's the first like chunk of the movie, they're in England and then they go to America, but like a lot of the stuff, like 90% of the stuff in England, I can't like see anything basically. And like Lewis Pullman's in the movie, and it took me like 10 minutes to know it was Lewis Pullman because I couldn't see his face. It was so dark. And it was just so weird. And like the movie is lit by candlelight, and it's very like specific lighting, and it's beautiful. The movie's beautiful when they're outside and it's really bright because I could see things, but there was so much of the movie that I just couldn't see. And like you have all this like choreography and like very complicated blocking, and it's a musical and there's all this stuff going on, but there was portions of the movie where like just couldn't see anything. So I went back and I rewatched. I talked to somebody and I was like, this wasn't like this for you. And they were like, no, it wasn't like this for me. And they also saw it in 70. So like it was just like not a me issue, but like a that showing issue, which is annoying and kind of like made my experience lesser. I thought the movie was okay, but also I was kind of never really fully invested in it because I just couldn't see like a quarter of the movie. But there is some stuff like there's a really great boat sequence that I really loved. That was really interesting. I don't know, there's some really cool stuff, but I just kind of like wasn't fully into it because of the darkness. But I don't know. It's pretty. I'd be interested in your guys' thoughts and checking it out. I think it's pretty
I
good.
think it gets like a proper wide expansion next week, maybe.
Okay,
'cause it
yeah.
still has not played like at my local theater, which is annoying. But
Yeah, that is annoying because I feel like people watched this movie like 2 years ago. And now obviously that's what it feels
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
know, like
Yeah, it's weird. Because it does feel the release. I think they really butchered it. I feel like this could be a big awards player, if like they really cared at all about the. It feels very like
Yeah.
kind of just thrown to the wolves because it is kind of like, it's that big kind of fancy, very well made period piece with like good performances and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, just like weird viewing experience on that one. But I liked it enough. I don't know if I'll rush to see it again, but I think if I saw it again in better circumstances, I would just like it more. And then I saw 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple.
you went to the Bone Temple.
Yeah. I will
Funny
say
enough, all three of us
before we
went.
get into that, I think I don't know how much. I think I missed maybe the first 2 minutes. Because
we'll discuss. It's okay.
because I was going to the theater, right? And then I was driving, and it was a beautiful sky. It was a beautiful sky. So I pulled
you got
over,
distracted. Oh my
and I
God.
took photos of. No, but this is the thing. This is the thing. As I knew I would be fine because I had plenty of time. But then I checked my thing, and it's like 30 minutes to the theater. It's usually like 20 minutes. But so I'm like there's like all this traffic for some reason.
Do you
Like
think that maybe the traffic occurred because everybody else also stopped on the road to look at the sky?
No. But usually it doesn't take me that long, so I don't know what was going on. There was some like abnormal traffic.
Right. So you walked in while it was playing already?
Yeah.
Did you see this with Megan?
28? No.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I know
I saw the
on
testament
her
of Van
review,
Lee
she
with
also
Megan.
said that she missed the beginning of the
Yeah,
movie.
I saw that too. I was like, what the heck?
Okay.
No, we
Yeah,
saw
just
it
a funny
separately, but
coincidence.
both was late.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then 2 nights ago I rewatched Sisters, the Brian De Palma film.
Mhm.
Early, like not a slasher, but like early Hitchcocky Brian De Palma movie from the 70s, with Margot Kidder. Really, really awesome. This movie has like, it's all really good, but like the first 45 minutes, I think is like a perfect movie. It's really crazy. And it does feel, I don't know what the exact budget on it was, but it's definitely a smaller production for him. And it does feel like all the budget kind of went in that first 45. Just like, I don't know, but it's like kind of the craziest shit. We're really going Hitchcock.
Is this a top tier De Palma for you?
Yeah, it's like
tier
it's
one
like
De
tough.
Palma?
Yeah, I would say simply maybe just because of that first 45. Like
Okay.
it's that stuff is seared in my fucking brain. It is crazy.
So
It is
the
the
first 45
craziest
is
shit.
you're talking about like the murder happens and there's a whole split screen of like them waiting, or
Yeah, so there's there's
like they're
like
cleaning up and like
there's an opening. It opens on a game show called Peeping Tom.
Mhm.
Right? Great opener. Then the two people who were part of the game show, they go to like the African room or something. It's like got like a gorilla and they're like in the jungle. It's like, it's crazy. And then they go back to her place, and then blah blah, murder happens in the morning, and then
yada yada
and then-
yada. Somebody
Yada,
gets
yada,
killed,
yada.
yeah.
But then-
Murder happens.
but then I forget her name, Miss Collier from across the way
Like sees it.
sees the murder rear window, right? And then there's a split screen of her. She writes bad pieces about the cops, so the cops are like hate her because she's like, why do we need these pigs? She like writes those things.
Swag.
So
Yeah.
she's
I
like,
need somebody doing that right now.
so she's like, hey, like I just saw like this murder, and they're like, ain't you the lady who's writing all this bad stuff about us in the
Ain't you
paper?
Nathaniel B.
So like she's like fighting with it. She's like fighting with arguing with the cops while they're cleaning up the murder, and it's a split screen, and it's like this really elaborate split screen, and then you have all this like kind of like I saw this murder, and they're like, what murder? And then
Fuck murder.
so like that's like the first like 45-ish, but it's I mean it's really masterful kind of stuff. And the rest of the movie is pretty good. But I think what mostly sticks with me is that first 45 as like this really.
I think I don't even have to watch it now. You did such a good job explaining it. So.
No,
No,
you
it's just the
actually
beginning of the
you
movie.
do have to watch it.
I know, I'm kidding.
You do, because it's so impressive. But it is like, I mean, he's so obviously like Hitchcock brain. There's some like giallo, like I love. There's like the very like Argento kind of blood, which is lovely. And some like kind of Polanski isms, for sure.
Which one specifically?
You know, but
You know.
it's that kind of. There's some great shadows and stuff. I don't know. It's a really great film. I'm a big fan of Brian's work. I haven't seen. I've been watching too much of him. Really, I just noticed like some of these films I haven't seen in like a couple of years. I feel like it flies by. So I gotta go rewatch some of his.
It never
I gotta
stops.
rewatch some Brian in
wait.
the
Doesn't
upcoming.
wait for you.
2025 is some more Brian. You gotta get him back in the rotation.
2026. Owen.
Yeah.
Right,
No, Owen's going
right.
backwards. Owen's going backwards.
We're going back. No, I'm not going backwards. I'm going forwards.
Okay.
Just,
No, I'm not going backwards. What are you talking about?
we're just picking up what we had and keep moving forward.
Are we gonna hit 30 minutes before Kevin starts
Yes.
talking about what he watched?
Yeah. So what did you
Probably.
watch, Doug?
Well, Doug already answered that question, actually.
What if we like did him again?
Yeah, we just go back and forth.
We just
Yeah, so
kept-
there's this Drewski mega church I wanted to talk about.
yeah. Like, can we get another
Um,
take on that?
Was that the last thing you watched, though, Owen?
This week, yeah.
Okay. No, thank you for that clarification. Yeah. Okay. As opposed to next week. What did I watch? Most notably, I watched the Seattle Seahawks murder the 49ers last night.
Right.
I was yelling so loud in my room that
Are
I
the
lost my
Seahawks
voice
gonna win the
temporarily
Super
and woke
Bowl?
up with a very sore throat. So we'll see how active a participant I am in the conversation. My throat
The
is
Seahawks
killing
going to
me.
the bowl.
One more game. Let's one
Yeah,
week
no,
at a time.
I
One
will
week at a
say
time.
the AFC looks really bad in
Yeah,
comparison.
no, I know it's
So
making.
it
I
does-
would feel bad if the Seahawks make the Super Bowl. I would feel
And-
very bad for the casual person who's watching it and has to see the AFC team lose
might
by
be-
100
it's-
points. But for me, I would be having the fucking time of my life.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Very much what year was that when they destroyed the Broncos?
Broncos,
2013,
yeah.
2014.
Yeah, 2013, because then in 2014 was when the Pats beat us.
Yeah,
How do you
no,
feel
it
about
might-
Bad
it-
Bunny?
What was that?
Well, Bad Bunny might be singing when someone's down 20.
Yeah, Bad Bunny's some people are gonna be fucking having the worst night of their lives. The people who don't want Bad Bunny performing are gonna be watching a 34-0 game at halftime.
Yeah, and it could be. It could be a rematch of 2013 or 2014. Still on the table.
It could be. Yeah, I mean,
Aren't the
one
Broncos kinda
one
joking
seems
about
much more likely
what's
than the
happening?
other right
hey,
now.
Stidham, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get carried away. I personally, my mentality with sports is that only bad things happen to me. So I'm not gonna say that the Seahawks are gonna make the Super Bowl or that we're gonna win. But if we win next week, then we're in. So yeah, that was exciting. The Rashid Shaheed opening touchdown.
Electric.
I screamed so loud. I like that was it. My voice was already gone 13 seconds into the game. It was so bad. The arena also we had a Shaheed quake, the third registered earthquake in Seattle playoff history. They love to get loud. Good fans in Seattle. aside from movies, I started watching The Wire this past week.
You're the
Finally,
Wire.
a big
When did The
show that
Wire
I've been
come out?
Like
a while
2001.
ago. I'm 4
2002.
episodes
Oh,
in,
you so close.
and what was it?
2002.
Oh, yes. Okay. That makes, because 2004 is like The Sopranos, I think, right? The Sopranos is like right after The Wire.
Yeah.
You could fact check me on that. Actually, Sopranos might be before it. Is it
1999.
99? Fuck. Okay. What happens after? Oh, the Mad Men happens after The Wire, right? Mad Men is like 2004, 2005.
Because
What an era.
2007.
Okay. Yeah. What a time to be alive that must have been.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
well, like that was
I
the
mean, I
TV
was alive,
renaissance.
but I wasn't
well, you know
watching
what?
The Wire.
What was the better era for TV? That or the like the Game of Thrones, Succession, Breaking
Oh,
Bad?
come on. This is what I was gonna say about The Wire. Watching, I'm only 4
Probably
episodes in,
81.
right? I'm only 4 episodes into The Wire, so I haven't even really gotten to like the best of the show yet. Like I'm just watching like the very beginning. Man, like, I don't even think that anybody today is capable of making television this good. It is like,
Ryan Coogler's gonna try.
bro,
The X-Files.
watching The Wire, I'm like, I
Oh,
can't
man.
fucking believe that TV used to be this good. It's crazy. There's like every episode I've watched so far, there's at least one scene with writing so good, like one little moment where I'm like, why isn't anybody doing this? Like it's so good. Yeah, I really like that show. I'm like addicted already. 4 episodes in, I will be watching a lot of The Wire in the near future. But movie wise, I watched Mary and Max, a movie that Doug really likes.
I love Mary and Max.
I also really liked it. I was meaning to watch this when Memoir of a Snail came out, and then I never did. And Memoir of a Snail made me really sad, you know. And so I was like, oh, Mary and Max might make me more sad. And it did. So that was like, it was a pretty tough sit, I will say. I feel like between the two movies, he definitely has a tendency to kind of lean into the trauma a little bit, where it's like something traumatic happens and then the whole movie is just kind of more traumatic things happening. And you know, that I think for a lot of people that might bother them. For me, I tend to not really have a problem with movies that are just sad the whole time, but it does still affect me. Yeah, it's like, it's really brilliant work. It's also crazy that, like, I guess you probably know more about this than I do, Doug, but it's just crazy that he got, you know, Toni Collette and Philip Seymour Hoffman to do voice acting for the 2 lead roles. I don't know what like his reputation was prior to
he had a reputation before doing the features, because like his short films like won awards and stuff, and I think he was just kind of around in the industry as like as an animator,
right.
So I think, and I imagine the script was really well received. So like he was kind of like a festival guy before he was like, we're gonna do a feature film now. So I think that's kind of like how he got like really like pretty major actors on board.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, the script is really good. I would also want to do voice acting for this movie. It's awesome. I watched Belly, which I've been meaning to watch.
And you hated it.
What?
You hated Belly.
Yeah, only 4.5.
What the fuck? What's happening?
You gave it 4.5?
Yeah, you gave it 4.5.
Yeah, what did you think I gave it?
I swear I saw 3.5. Maybe I'm seeing things. Maybe I saw no review 3.5, and I was like, damn, that's kind of like.
No, it's the best movie I've watched so far to start the year. Like,
okay.
I also
it feels like a movie you would love, which is why like it was like 3.5. It was felt like.
No, yeah, I mean, I like adored it.
He was like fighting with it. He was struggling.
I thought it was incredible. No, yeah, it's really good.
I get my eyes checked.
I think we should be putting more rappers in movies, even if they can't act. I just like
Jack Harlow.
Okay, sure. Maybe we're putting the wrong rappers in movies, though.
Right.
Well, you know what? I take back that statement.
More rappers should be in movies. So Kendrick Lamar is going to do has the Trey Parker movie.
Tyler the Creator was in Marty Supreme.
Tyler the Creator was in Marty Supreme.
There you go. Yeah.
Eminem,
I don't know.
8 Mile.
Well, that was before either of us were born.
That's
but I've seen it though. Curtis Hanson.
Yeah, I like 8 Mile. More than the average person probably. I don't know.
We should put Billy Woods. We should put Billy Woods in
right
in a Hong Sang-soo movie.
Okay.
Okay.
I also like I don't know. I feel like I've seen maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I was reading a number of reviews of this movie from people who were like talking about the movie visually, but like saying at least, and maybe this is also just like them referring to how people reacted to the movie at the time, which is that it was kind of like a
It's a
like a
music
visual
video.
sensation and like a pretty empty movie. And I was
Right.
watching it the whole time. I was just like, that can't be further from the truth. Like I thought the story was so good, and I think the movie has a lot to say, like a lot to say.
I
Really
don't know
kind
where
of
my belly is.
surprised that that was a reaction, like a wide reaction to this movie at the time, or even like now if people are watching it now.
Bro's looking around like
Um,
his belly disc is gonna be at the foot of his feet, just like
yeah,
right there.
I maybe that's where the discs are
That's where
kept.
I keep shit.
Yeah. And then I watched The Talented Mr. Ripley, which
Better or worse than Saltburn?
well, so
Mm,
here's the thing, actually. I remember when Saltburn came out and like everybody was discussing it, a lot of people like brought up that fact that the talent that it was like a ripoff of The Talented Mr.
right.
Ripley, you
The
know,
talented
and
Mr. Ripoff.
yeah, Talented Mr. Ripoff. And I, you know, like I was aware of that, and then when I was watching the movie, I was like, oh, it's like really
bar for bar.
rip
Yeah.
off of this, and having not seen The Talented Mr. Ripley until after Saltburn, sadly might have made me like the movie less. Like I'm like, I wish I did not watch Saltburn before watching this movie, because it made it like a little bit more annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
Is
It's
that is the Adam Scott television show Mr. Ripley or Ripley? Is that
Yeah.
based off of the same material? Or is it a
Andrew
different
Scott,
thing?
I think you mean.
Andrew Scott, sorry. Did I say Adam Scott? Sorry,
Yeah.
Andrew
Yeah,
Scott.
it's a tough one, right? Yeah. I believe so, huh?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, also the cast in this movie is crazy. Like the
Right,
big
Jude.
Jude
the
Law.
big five being Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jude Law, Kate Blanchett, and Philip Seymour Hoffman
Wait,
is
that's
like
kind of fucking crazy.
it's like no, I was watching the movie and I was like the mix of like talent and star power among the five lead actors in the movie is crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was kind of like a lot of the movie after the first I don't know, maybe like hour or something. It's just like stuff that I'm like not really that interested in. I was like, you're kind of losing me a little bit here, up until the ending, which pulled me back in a bit. But yeah, I wish I had. I just wish I had never seen Saltburn in my life. That would have been good
tell
for
me
all of
all.
us. Yeah, and then I saw 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple twice, so we
Took her
can
to the
jump
Bone Temple.
to talking about
They literally,
that.
that's what the movie is about. They take her to the Bone Temple.
We took her to the Bone Temple.
So couple places we could start this conversation. I guess I'm just let's just start with the very broad, with the general. What was your experience like at the Bone Temple, Douglas?
Me.
It's
Yeah.
a crazy way to start it. Huh?
I've been thinking about it because I don't want to be like a nunce, like a dunce. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
You're
I don't want to
trying.
be like a dumb person that thinks that they're smart, which I truly do think is most people in the space that
Sure.
we're in that talk about movies, specifically pop movies like we do. I think most of them are dumb people that think that they're smart. This is not to
Ooh.
anybody in particular. I just think
Who are we
broadly,
thinking about?
when you dislike a movie, I think that it's like, oh, I'm just applying my own stuff to it, and then I'm
Right.
like refusing to engage with that outside of that, which I don't want to do. This is me saying like I like the movie. I was largely disappointed though.
Yeah.
And
I think a lot of the criticisms you're going to get to are pretty valid if that makes you feel less like a dumb person. I don't, but personally, but
are they? Because that's my thing. Are they?
kind of. I don't know. I actually really want to work through some ideas, but
Yeah, let's
continue.
have some constructive kind of
Because-
talking about the picture that we're in.
I'm disappointed, and I was thinking like, am I disappointed because it's just a different movie? You know what I mean? Is that
It's
why I'm
possible.
disappointed?
It's possible.
And because I don't think that's a valid way to kind of engage with something seriously, right? Because
Yeah.
of course it's like we all knew that it was different director, different DP, right? Different cast.
Yes,
of
but these
characters.
things can be worse.
Right.
Mhm.
So, okay, so one of the things I was thinking about, also, if you haven't seen the movie, obviously go watch it. We all three of us
Yeah,
like
we're
it.
gonna there's like
Um,
stuff in this movie that is just like a kind of major spoiler that we have to discuss, so I would just put that warning up
Yeah, we're
front.
gonna be throwing shit around.
yeah, we really,
Yeah.
because like I immediately would just want to start with like the Jimmy Gang, um,
They neutered them.
led by is it Connell?
Yes.
Jack O'Connell. Um, I There was a big question that was posed at the end of the first movie to me, right? And that was, why are these guys dressed up like Jimmy? Is it Saviezel?
Seville.
Seville. Why are these guys dressed up like Jimmy Seville? And then
Jim
like
Caviezel.
I wanted to know in universe, what was the reasoning in universe for them to be dressed up like Jimmy Seville, right? And then
Yeah.
this movie does not answer that. This movie doesn't even like treat it like a question. And here's my thing. I understand, right, that it's like kind of like a metaphor about like these guys dressing up like child predators, and it's kind of like a friendly exterior kind of, I kind of like understand that on like a high level, right? But I was like, why is this guy, why they never kind of get into it even a little bit, and I found that immediately to be really disappointing on a high level, not a high level, on a low level, really simply. Am I dumb for thinking that's really disappointing? Am I like too lore brained?
No, I think I'm a little bit one of my okay, here's what I'll say. What like immediately after I watched the movie, I was like, I really liked that. I don't know that I wanted to spend as much time as we did with them at
No,
all.
fuck those guys. I hate those
I
guys.
kind of like don't really
I don't like
I think
them.
that is like the movie's biggest flaw, but also like the movie doesn't even make sense without it. So it's confusing, but um
You know what I
Um,
was thinking? I was
yes.
thinking, and this is about, yeah, you did. I wrote a kind of a review where I said a lot of what I was thinking, but what I was thinking, Kevin, and it has to do with what you were saying right then, where it's like we don't have to spend all this time with them, or you wanted to spend all this time with them. I was thinking like, did this have to be a trilogy of films?
Television filler episode.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking television filler
Time
episode.
spend the
I was
time with the
thinking like,
guys. Tim,
there's
these
a
crazy
reason why
guys.
Danny Boyle didn't direct this one, but he's directing the last one. Uh,
yeah,
It
which
it it honestly is like it's just like how do we get to where we want to get to? Like how do we
yes,
get back to old boy, right?
yeah.
And like
How do
it's
we get
like
back
the
to Old
movie kind
Boy?
of ends with like okay, this guy's dead, those guys are dead, and then we're back kind of where we started, but just like those characters that we introduced are now no longer a part of the story.
Danny Boyle and Alex Garland were like, here's the beginning, right? And here's the
Yeah.
ending. Now, how do we
Mhm.
make the connection here? It's so,
Right.
and I think like this is them making the connection from the beginning to the ending. And I think that's why Danny Boyle didn't direct the second one. Maybe again, I'm putting a lot on it.
yeah,
Like,
I was thinking about this a lot because so I had a
It's a
conversation right
tweener.
after I watched this movie the first time
Yeah.
where I talked a little bit about how I was just and again, we don't I like we don't really know why this happened. And I'm not even necessarily posing the idea that any of the new crew involved in this one makes it like better or worse, but simply that watching the movie, I was like confused about why this happened. Like I left the movie and I was like, I liked that movie like a lot actually. Really still puzzled by like base level, not even just like Nia DaCosta directing this like middle chapter,
Yeah.
but even just like bringing in an American director to direct these like what in my head are
Very
very British
right.
movies. Um, it was like just especially knowing that Danny Boyle was going to come back for a third movie. Like I was really struggling after the movie to like wrap my head around what led to that choice. And maybe what you're saying
Yeah.
is like has some truth to it. I don't know, but I was just
it's
so puzzled by the fact that like I don't know,
Yeah.
like why couldn't you just I mean, I know Danny Boyle was also directing another movie, right? He has that movie Ink coming out.
Right.
Um but
yeah,
but you couldn't just like
and it's
wait a
so
year and then
it's
direct
so much
this.
of a direct continuation. It's not like a complete new. It's like this is coming back to where we were
It's
left off,
like
like a
immediately,
television
basically.
show,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
we're like gonna pick up again, like right where we
But
left
the thing
off.
is, they're also gonna do that with the third movie,
Mhm.
most likely, right? The third movie is just gonna pick up exactly where the
No, that's
second
what I'm
one
saying. That's what I'm
ends.
saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
You know what? Like, I think that I think that so Alex Garland wrote 3 scripts, right? With the help of Danny Boyle for as like creative input, surely, right?
mhm.
Um, and I think probably what should have happened, which is this is not a sexy answer, but I think that what should have happened probably is that they should have edited. They should have edited it down to 2 movies. They should have
Yeah,
taken a
because
lot
this
of
could
the
have been like
this should
the
have been the
first
first
bit of.
act of the third movie. And the third movie should have just been a little bit longer. They should have just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead, what they did was like they were like, okay, so we have 3 movies. The second one is kind of like an in between to get us to this ending, which I feel very strongly is probably going to be excellent, right? The next movie is probably going to be excellent.
Yeah.
And the ending to this movie was excellent. Um, I know Kevin was standing up, fucking cheering and clapping. But
I was having the time of my life.
I was also I was like, but you know, it's like this movie is like a bridge. Like, okay, how do we resolve all this stuff we set up in the first movie to get us to this third movie? You know,
Yeah.
and it's like Danny Boyle. You know, he has other stuff to do. We're gonna bring in somebody who has experience in a studio system, has experience with genre. You know, who's like a pretty experienced serious filmmaker, right? Nia DaCosta, she directed Sundance movies. She directed a Marvel movie. She knows how to
Candyman.
deal with a crew, how to deal with schedules, how to deal with
Right.
famous actors. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like we're just gonna kind of like plug her in and have her deal with
Yeah.
this before we come back and like finish it off.
hmm I think these movies are too short. Because
Yeah.
the 155, 150,
Mhm.
but we're talking about this one's just kind of too long. Where it's like if we added like 30 minutes to the 1 and 3, I feel like we could just get rid of the second one. Because like they're kind of these big epic like kind of movies where it's like
Yeah.
if they were like 2.5 hours and there was just 2 of them, I feel like no one would complain about the length. Because they're like I remember like looking at it, I'm like, oh, 150. I didn't remember the last one that was that short. But like it is like it kind of flies by.
Well,
And I think
I
they
mean,
could have
a million
if
billion things happen.
we
in the
could
first
have
movie.
edited it and made it too. I do
Yeah.
feel like but
But it's tough.
I don't
'cause
think that's my
an
biggest
easy thing to say, but like
Sure.
the actual doing is difficult, obviously.
right.
But yeah,
I just don't think these guys are the first movie ends, or like the first movie in this trilogy ends like with this big Power Rangers like thing. And there's this action
that
sequence that
energy isn't carried over.
no.
Sorry,
Right.
for interrupting you.
And I do feel like, because I only saw the first one 28 years later once, if like you like marathoned these movies, I think I would fare a lot worse on this new one. I think watching it, like I watched it and I had a fun time, but when we're talking comparison wise, it's gonna fail. Think especially if you like would watch them back to back, it would suffer more just because there's so much of that energy that's not carried over, and then these guys kind of become more like, I don't know, they're just like really, it's like that there's like a really violent sequence that takes place, and that's kind of what there's nothing like cool about it though. And I'm not saying there's that to be cool, but like in terms of the filmmaking, it's just very much like we're gonna be
formally, in
very
terms of how the
violent.
cameras used. Yes,
We're
yeah,
gonna be very violent and not really. There's nothing really interesting about it. It's just like we're gonna be very, very violent.
I want to circle back to what Kevin kind of brought up earlier with Nia DaCosta being an American filmmaker, right?
Yeah.
Because the first film being 28 years later, it does have like this interesting where it's kind of like grappling a little bit with like British imperialism, you know,
Yeah.
and what it like
Yeah.
and what this island means, what these islands mean, you know, and what it means
Yeah.
to be here. And like the first one's kind of like carrying that history, and it's like, oh, this is gone now, you know. It's like this is the world now here, and I think that none of that really is explicitly kind of carried over into this film. And I feel like when we get into the third one, it's probably going to be like reckoning with a lot of that again. They're probably going to go back to London in the third film, don't you think? Because that's where the first film takes place.
Uh,
Maybe.
I don't know. In my head again. Well, I think at the end of this conversation, maybe we could speculate a little bit more about what the third movie will look like. But in my head, I feel like it's going to be. One thing that I thought was significant about this movie, we're talking about like new directors and blah blah blah, is that at the end of 28 years later, Aaron Taylor Johnson goes out looking for his son, and
Mhm.
he's not.
Right, he's not in this movie.
Mm-mm.
So my guess is that the plot of the third movie would be them showing up at Cillian Murphy's house and then Cillian Murphy trying to
Right.
get Spike back home. I assume.
Oh, right. Okay,
I don't
okay.
know
See, that's
exactly
interesting.
if that's what's gonna
I don't
happen,
know.
but in my head, I'm also like curious. I feel like there has to be some added element because, and now we're really getting into spoilers, but it's like the villain is dead. The villain from
Everybody's dead.
This,
Everybody's
everybody's
dead. Well,
and
they're still, like-
I don't know that like with Jimmy Crystal being gone, I don't know exactly that there's that much conflict to like if Cillian Murphy like needed to get Spike home and the only thing in their way is like
Yeah,
zombies. I'm like,
it's like,
that
that
seems
feels-
like pretty easy, you know? Like I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
think that they would really struggle to do that too much.
Yeah,
there's got to be some.
It's gonna. Well, I assume
There's gonna
like,
be
you know,
some
Yeah.
zag. I don't.
Well, it's gonna be about like the cure, right? Like Samson's gonna be.
Right.
Samson's,
Right.
has the ability to speak. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah. Yes.
Which
so
yeah.
that,
But
that
how
surely
are
that's
they
gonna
gonna
carry over into?
Right.
I don't
Yes.
know.
No, I
Um,
think there's stuff in this movie that's interesting. It's, like I think that stuff with Samson and Doctor is
Dr. Kelson zombie.
yeah,
whisperer.
I like that stuff. I just wish it was
Yeah.
more.
It's also this is just like to add on to what we were already talking about, but it's interesting that that 28 Weeks Later was directed by a Spanish director and is like to me clearly the worst movie in the whole franchise, and like part of that is
Right, what
because
are
they
you
focus
saying?
so much on like American soldiers, you know, like Jeremy
Okay.
Renner's character is such a big part of it.
Yeah.
And I was just like thinking about that as like a thing where it's like that
But
movie
that
also kind of
movie,
detracts
I
from,
haven't
like,
seen that movie, but like
Britishness
that
of-
movie kind of exists on its own, like
Yes.
separate, right? It's not like
yeah,
a-
it's not really it's
in
not really
line with the
important at
narrative because this is like
all.
direct narrative continuation.
Yeah.
Some
The other thing that I wanted to kind of like, this is really, and I want to like talk about some positives because I actually really liked this
No, that's
movie.
what I want
but
to say because you love this movie.
you
But-
think it's the best movie of the year?
yes,
So far.
out of the 4 movies I've seen so far this year,
You've
yes, I think
seen
it's the best
4
one.
movies this year?
I think so, right?
Did you watch The Rip?
Oh,
no,
it's
you didn't.
No, I
January
have to.
12th.
I don't know. What have I? What have
I kind of
seen?
want to watch The Rip. You know what I really want to watch? more
I've
than
The
this?
seen-
Rip. I can watch the Rip.
I could watch The Rip.
I can watch the Rip.
This is
No, we
funny
can watch
'cause-
it right now.
Because Kevin, so listener, Kevin was like, "Do you guys want to watch The Rip and do a podcast episode on this too?" And Owen was like,
Oh.
"Absolutely not." Owen was like, "Fuck no."
And then
I forgot about that.
everybody's
I forgot
reviews
about
started
that.
to drop, and they were like, "Actually, the Rip's pretty fun." I'm like,
I
"Oh,
forgot about that.
we could have been talking about the
Yeah,
Rip."
Owen was like, "Fuck no."
Yeah,
Anyway,
I love those guys.
I want to watch
Before-
their Joe Rogan episode.
I saw a clip or two.
Yeah.
I saw some quotes from it, but I was not going to listen. To that
Quotes?
episode.
I kinda
Yeah, I
wanna
saw
wa-
like.
I wanna
Like
watch it 'cause it's
published
both of them,
word?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways.
What do you mean published for? Yeah, like
What was
I
that?
saw. What are you like? What are you saying?
Sorry, Kevin, speak about 28 years later. The Bone
No,
Temple.
the other thing I wanted to bring up and like kind of ask you to about before I mention some positives is
Right.
so and this is actually this sentiment is actually in Doug's Letterboxd review of the movie as well, which I like when
Ooh,
Doug
shout out.
mentioned this, I was like, oh, okay, like I'm not the only one who was thinking this. So I saw the movie twice, right?
Mhm.
And the first time I saw the movie with my good pal who I always see movies with, and he might
Shout
be
out.
listening. But he after the movie,
Listen?
he didn't really like 28 years later. What is so funny.
Nothing. Keep talking.
He didn't really like
Sorry.
28 years later.
He didn't like it.
I mean, he liked it, but he was like, it's fine, you know, he thought he would like it a lot more.
And he literally like
And we saw this movie, and he liked this movie a lot. And
Okay.
after the movie, I kind of like, again, we only talked for like a minute
You,
after
like,
the movie,
kinda,
but
like,
I
judged
asked him
him.
about it a little bit, and he was like, oh, you know, like the big thing for me was that in 28 years later, I got really like bored and didn't like the part where it was just like Spike looking for
Right.
Dr. Kelson, you know?
Mhm.
And he was like, I just feel like a lot more happens in this movie. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. And the first time I was watching it, I was like, oh, there's a lot of like exciting stuff happening here. But then I noticed after watching it, when I went to log it, I was like, he's not the only one. People
He's not the
really
only
like
one.
this movie. It has a 4.0 on Letterboxd at the
Which
time
is-
of us recording this, which
that's
is much
crazy.
higher than 28 years later.
Someone needs to be
And-
dead.
And so I went back and watched it. I went back and watched it the next night, and I said, "Do more things happen in this movie?" And I'm watching the movie, and I'm really like looking
No.
like big picture wise,
Literally,
and I'm like,
3
there are
things
kind of
happen
like
in this movie.
2 events in the movie,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Which is
yes,
like
yeah.
it's the big thing where everybody gets tortured in the middle,
right.
and then the
Yeah.
ending of the movie. But like
Yeah.
other than that, I mean,
And
Really,
like Dr. Kelson and the Samson thing. So it's like
Yes,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
three-
sure.
And there's like
It's
6
not
needle
even-
drops, and he
Right,
dances.
but-
yeah.
But the reason why I'm not even mentioning the Dr. Kelson thing is because in my head, my understanding of it was that when you hear people who don't watch a lot of movies talk about like what makes a movie exciting, right? It's like that, like there are people who are like nothing happens in this movie, and to them like things happening is like action. You know what I mean? So
But
like
there's no
Right.
action in this movie.
right. So that's
There's,
but
like,
that's why I
nothing
didn't
in
include
this
the Dr.
movie.
Kelson thing is
Yeah.
because to the people who are like nothing happens, the whole Dr. Kelson thing is like nothing happening. You know?
Right, sure.
So when you look at like the things that actually happen, it is literally just like the torture in the middle and the ending. And I'm like, that's not that's less than the last.
That's less
movie.
things.
Way
Yeah,
less.
the more I think about 20 years later, the more I'm like, so much goes on in that movie.
There's so much.
So
yeah.
much happens in that movie.
And
20 years later is a miracle of a film. I cannot stress how that movie's so impressive on like
Yeah,
every single
no, the
level.
more I think about it, the more I like that one and the less I like this one.
yeah, but
But
again,
it's still fun. I don't know. This
to
movie's
me,
fun, I
this
guess.
isn't even a criticism because to me, I'm not a person who watches a movie and is like nothing happens, you know.
Right, of course.
But
Right, I like that.
I was
encourage
trying.
it.
But I was trying to wrap my head around like why that was the reaction, and I don't know if you guys have input on this, but like I don't really know that I understand why like general audiences would see this one and be like, this is so much more exciting than the last one, other than the fact maybe this was my only rationale is that maybe this one, because of that torture scene in the middle, right, leans a lot more into being a horror movie than an action movie, and audiences love.
It's
Horror.
gnarly, man. I don't
It's
like
gnarly.
that.
Yeah, there's
stuff.
like I mean, there's the Samson
Yeah, it's
kills,
violent.
which are
I
really
don't like-
impressive. Like when Samson like rips the guys at the beginning,
Yes.
Samson rips the guy's head off and then eats his brains.
Yes.
Awesome. I love that. That looks
Right,
incredible. And there's the torture stuff too. So yeah, I guess like maybe it is like the horror aspect that people are connecting
Right.
with. And Jack O'Connell being like the main
Right.
character, right? People
I
like
think
he's a great performer.
people are drawn to big performances, and I think Jack is doing a lot of big things, and he's a very exciting character in the way that he's kind of taking. To me it doesn't really make any sense, and it's kind of confusing. I think this movie is like, it's like I understand liking the movie, but to be like this movie is better than the last movie is confusing to me.
Yeah.
Just on like every level. Because it just doesn't. There's just so much stuff. I really love when you're talking about the where he's going to find Dr. Man.
Dr. Ian Kelson.
Yeah,
Yes,
Ian.
Kelson.
When he
Put
goes to
respect on
find
his name.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, put some respect
You know?
on his name.
old
Zombie
Nick.
Whisperer.
Old Nick. When he goes looking for old Nick, he that's awesome. I love that stuff. And I think there's like even just like kind of Spike alone surviving and like fighting the infected is awesome. And there's not even really much infected in this movie. It's just I
There's
don't
almost none. I mean,
There's
they're really not
almost
even.
none.
it's
Outside of
like
Samson.
they're not
No,
even
it's
like a
cool.
part of the movie
Which,
really.
To
And
me,
I
it's kinda
like
one of the pros of the
Samson.
movie, but
It's
Um,
interesting, but I liked how in the first, I mean, God, the first movie sets up so much stuff. Like the first movie sets up all the different kinds of infected, like the really fat ones. Remember that?
yeah.
Um, it's so,
There's
yeah.
there's a scene where one of the Jimmy who's played by the girl from Captain America Winter Soldier, she or the Winter
Is that Aaron
Captain
Kelly? Is that
America,
Aaron Kellyman?
yeah, the one with
Yeah, she's
yeah,
quite
that
good in this movie.
there's a scene where she's just like walking and then there's a infected running and she does like a move and like kills him like really awesome. And it's like this
Like a
energy
video
of like
game. Yeah.
exactly like I'm like level 50 and I've this is a level 1 zombie and like this is
Yeah.
nothing. And I really like that. And I think I would not that like it would have changed the movie drastically, but I think it'd be fun if like the Jimmies were just running around and like the zombies were just like nothing, but they were constantly kind of showing up and they're like doop doop doop, and kind of showing their like kind of I don't know. I think there's like you can't like take the infected out of this world. I don't know. It just felt silly, but that's not really a big criticism. That's just something I was thinking
Yeah.
about because I really like that scene about like how we went from like one infected is so scary to now we're like badass like doing tricks because I really like. It felt jarring the end of 28 Years Later when they come in Power Rangers, but I think the more I think about it, it's like that the fight choreography and the style. It's just kind of fun to watch. If they like, I think it just feels so crazy when it's thrown at the end. But I feel like if we get used to it and build up to it, I feel like it could be really fun.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much interesting creativity in the way that everything's shot in that first movie.
Yeah, but I think it was like a creative decision where Nia DaCosta was like, I don't want to do that, you know?
Yeah,
That's
no,
not
there's
my
an
thing.
I saw an
Yeah.
interview where they were like her friends were like, so is your movie gonna be like that? Because they're like, is that setting up what your movie's totally gonna be like? And she was like, no, not at all. And just like it's
Yeah.
very like weird. Because like
Yeah,
it's not like there wasn't a plan. It right? It's not like they
Yeah.
made their first movie and they were like 5 years later, like, oh, this new person's coming and there's a new writer and all this stuff. It's like everything was very planned out and like so it's just weird that I don't know.
Yeah.
I miss Anthony Don Mantle a lot.
One of the goats.
Like
Yeah.
70 years old on the iPhone. I like him a lot.
Which I don't know if it's confirmed, but we could probably assume.
I would-
that
he's
gonna
gotta
It
be
would be
back.
it would be a giga mega super. It would be like a million billion 911s if he didn't come back for the third one.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know, but
Yeah, so here's the thing, because I do think that all the people who are missing just make this movie worse, you know? Like
Yes.
I do just think it's hard to compare this to the work they did in the last movie. In my head, this was kind of and we haven't even talked about some like other negative stuff, but for the most part, this to me was kind of the best case scenario. Like
Really.
for what it is, like I really liked the movie. I like
I like it too.
and
Owen also likes
you know,
it. Yeah.
yeah, but I think, and again, the Alex Garland script, I think really like to me, the only place that it actually falls short is that I don't know that they did a good job like with our time spent with the Jimmies. I don't know that like that was
yeah.
written to perfection, but generally like I kind of like the direction of a movie like this, even if it is a filler episode or a bridge or whatever. Personally, you know, sometimes you watch a filler episode and it's really fucking good, you know.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'll
of
say it.
course.
Sometimes
Yes,
a show has a filler episode and it fucking rocks, you know.
Yeah.
And to me,
sometimes the anime beach episode is like really fun. Yeah.
yeah, and to me, that's kind of what this is a little bit. I think that Garland, you know, some stuff in it is like really obvious, you know, like what you're supposed to get out of the movie is really obvious. That like when he does
Don't
stuff like that,
kill
it doesn't
people.
totally bother me, you know.
It's
To me, my favorite movie in this whole entire franchise is still the first one, and that movie, like you think it's one thing, and then at the end of the movie, it is made very obvious that the whole point of the movie is that like humans are the bad guys and not the zombies, you know. And this movie has a lot of that, right? Like it is specifically like contrasting what is happening with Samson and what is happening like with Jimmy, you know,
Mhm. Yeah.
and really hammering that point home. I think that stuff's interesting, you know. Like I actually I think it's interesting that the zombies are barely in the movie. I think it's interesting that we spend 90 minutes essentially like watching hell, like it's like for the most part. Obviously there's you get some time to breathe when you're with Dr. Kelson. Like that stuff is just like lovely, especially at the beginning of the movie. I'm like, this is fucking sick. And I probably could have watched a whole filler episode just about him doing research, if I'm being honest. I think there's like,
Yeah.
there are some moments during that specifically, like when he is just lonely in like his bunker, just like sitting in his bunker by himself. I'm like, man, I really feel for this guy, and there are some lines of dialogue where I really feel for him when he's talking about being alive before the apocalypse and like how the world had order to it, and he's like, I don't even remember what it was like to be alive like that. I'm like, that's to me that's really good writing. Like, I'm like, I just really like this stuff. So I think there are a lot of strengths. Like I do just think that despite the fact that it doesn't have like really any of the visual flair of the last movie, and maybe the emotional highs are not as high, but like for all those things we described, like handing it off to an American director and whatever, like the movie just still kind of really works for me. I think a lot of that also is maybe what you guys hinted at, which is that the performances to me are like all fucking knockouts.
Yeah, it's an
Like
Yeah.
incredibly well performed movie.
uh Jack O'Connell is terrific, but it really like underappreciated part of the movie is that Chai Lewis Perry is fucking awesome. Like
Yeah.
he kind of makes the movie for me. Really hard to do anything with a character like
No, he's
that, because
incredible.
it's just like only in your eyes, you can't really say anything except for the two words that he does get to say in the movie. But um yeah, it's so hard to pull off. And I kind of immediately like their first interaction, I was just like, oh, if this is like the route that the movie is going to go down, I'm going to end up really caring about this guy. And then I
Yeah.
did really care about him. I'm like, to me it's fascinating. And that probably, to summarize, that probably is what wins me over about the movie the most, which is that I'm just kind of like going to bat for these movies. Like I kind of just love this whole franchise, and if this is going to be like the worst part of the trilogy, that's fine with me, dude. Like I'm so down for the world that they've created and like and everything it involves. And even if like it has weak parts, like even if the Jimmys like probably were not written and used to their full potential,
Yeah.
I don't know that I care, I'm like, I kind of just vibe with everything that these movies are for the most
Yeah.
part.
I think that that's a really, you're valid, bro. You valid. That's a really like that's really I think that that's fine. I think that makes sense. And I guess what I was thinking about was like the first movie does so much setup, right? Like we get Jimmy's whole backstory where he sees his dad in the
Yeah.
church get demolished, and he like he interprets that as his dad like summoning the zombies, you know.
Right.
Uh and we get like all of this setup, and I guess that I think this movie's fine. I think this movie's incredibly well performed, you know, like Ray Fiennes and Jack O'Connell uh
Yeah.
do a lot of like heavy lifting for like kind of do like a tremendous amount of heavy lifting, I think, for the film to kind of like really make it work, because if their performances were bad, the whole movie would just be like kind of awful to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like overall, I think the movie's good and fine and entertaining, but I think that it doesn't there's not enough meat on the bones to fulfill the promise that the first film was giving, I think, to
Mhm.
me. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I've seen a lot of like the lack of meat on the bones is the appeal kind of thing, and I wonder if that's like having an effect on me a little bit. Like
Interesting.
I wonder if like I kind of what I was describing, which is that it is just like, at least like an hour's worth of just like hell for like characters that you don't even really like get to know more in this movie
Yeah.
is just like kind of the appeal. I don't know. It's interesting because it I feel like it echoes like Alex Garland's like values a little bit, like when he writes stuff like this, and it reminds me a little bit of the first movie, which is that like the end of the first movie is like really one of the most horrifying like endings to a movie that I've seen. Like it is like
You're
horrifying is
talking about
probably the wrong word.
like
It's
the
like
camp,
bleak.
right? Like all the stuff in the
Yes,
yeah,
yes, and it's just like these men who are like
like the
you
like
know,
the rape, like the evil
yes,
rape
like
camp at the end of the
yeah,
first one.
it's like horrifying.
Yeah.
And so and this is like what if you did that, but like to the most exponential degree. Yeah, I think it's interesting to like put these characters in this world and just kind of torture them for like an hour and a half as a filler episode before we yeah, I don't know, like even just making Spike like a witness to that stuff
Yeah.
is
I
a
I think
choice.
that the charity scene where in the barn where they're skinning them alive and then there's the fight and then it all burns down. I think that's a really good set piece, right?
Mhm.
I think that I don't know. I don't think that it's an exceptional, and I think this is maybe where the disconnect is because I'm like not as sensitive to like that kind of stuff, and especially because it doesn't really
Sure.
show you everything. It doesn't really like
Yeah.
get into the weeds of it. That I'm not like overly sensitive to it, like some other people might be, where they will watch the movie and be like, "This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in any movie." Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's hard, like super hard to watch. So for me, I'm like, this isn't. I personally would want a little bit more as the centerpiece of the film. If this is all we're gonna get, if there's not gonna be anything
Yes.
more like this is it, and then we're gonna kind of shuffle our way towards the end of the film. I think I would have wanted a little bit more than just that. But again, it's
Which
that's
that
not
could
really
be
a
argued as like a
criticism.
flaw. I mean, it's definitely true that again, there are only two things that happen in the movie,
Yeah.
and so like a lot is banking on that scene, I guess, and it probably would have helped if we
And I hate
saw
that
them.
scene.
You
don't
hate
like
that
it?
scene?
Yeah, I probably won't rewatch this movie just because of that scene. I
Oh,
really
being,
like.
like,
I I don't like that scene. I really like the end scene though.
Mhm.
That scene. I just watched that scene on its own.
Yeah.
But the rest of the
But
movie,
are you saying you hate the scene because it's bad or because it made
I
you
don't like.
uncomfortable?
Yeah, I don't like that scene.
Yeah, that didn't answer my question, by the way. So
No, it's horrible.
yeah. No, my girlfriend had to cover her eyes as well.
It's
She
bad.
was
It's
not
craziness.
she was not
Really?
enjoying
I didn't
it.
think it's that crazy.
I personally didn't either, but I
And
can
they hide everything,
I know,
yeah, but
but
I
it's
think
like,
I
I
think that's like
swear,
that
it's like-
implication to me is just like I don't know. I don't like I cringe at the idea to me of like things that are worse than death, where I'm like, I would hate to be in that. Like, I'm like, please just kill me. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the
Yeah.
idea of being skinned alive is like that's too much for me. Like, and that bothers me. I don't know that like I've seen too many. fucked
Yeah,
up
I'm sure
movies
they
to
don't. I
actually be
don't even know
bothered,
if they
but-
really show enough, and I think like or a lot. I think it's almost like what the heck, or like what are they gonna do next, sort of thing.
Right.
Being
Yeah.
put in like that spot because they leave that one guy, and they're it's just so, and then they go,
Oh, like so that's what I didn't like the hook through the back of her head, right? I didn't love that because that was the way they hide that, where it's just the close up of her.
yeah.
I've
They
seen
should
it
put
too
an
many
eye
times.
on the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've seen
It's
that
just
too
like
many times where
it's just
like
the whole
it's too
thing was
cute.
kind of not very.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they were, I don't know.
It's
Also, I don't know
interesting.
the actress's name that gets the hook behind her stuck in her
Yeah.
head. She's great.
Emma Laird.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, when she does
she's
her
great.
little dance.
Yeah.
She's great. I like
incredible
when she
little
does the dance. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and also I was like the only fucking person in my theater where every time that Jimmy was like doing horrifying shit and like telling jokes, I was fucking cracking up. I felt so bad because the people in the theater actually were probably like nervous and uncomfortable,
Traumatized.
and he was like he made that joke when they were going around the table, like, and they were all giving their names. I forgot what was this.
I don't know.
He has
He
like some
said
stupid ass name, and I started cracking up. I was like, that's really funny.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
like that guy.
yeah,
I wish he was a
uh,
Power Ranger instead.
yeah. I mean, that would make him more welcoming and also like just when he's like describing the Teletubbies to them.
Oh,
and
that
he's
was
like,
great. I mean, that's an Oscar clip right there. The Teletubbies describing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's awesome. And then you mentioned the last or like the ending, like that, not the very ending, but the Ray Fiennes ending, and
He puts on a show.
yeah, he puts on a show, and that's actually like I think one of the strengths of the movie, and like of handing it over to Nia DaCosta. I don't know that this is just my assumption, but like she kind of just like really leans into it being like goofy, which I like, like I'm just like, I think if you're like gonna make a
It is very
horror movie
goofy.
like this in like the universe that you're in, it's like, yeah, like it is just like what's happening is pretty fucking silly. You know what I mean? Like when he like finds Ray Fiennes and he's like, "Are you Big Nick?" It's like, or Old Nick, sorry, not
Oh,
Big
that
Nick.
conversation.
Big Nick is
great.
from Den of Thieves.
Yeah.
Big Nick.
Like it's like I'm like it's just a fucking it's like a pretty fucking silly world. Like it's like I don't know. I'm glad
Yeah.
that the movie like is willing to lean into it a little bit more. Because yeah, I don't know. A lot of it is just like strange to me. Like it should just be funny. And then it also like lends itself to Ray Fiennes giving like a really
Right.
not just a good performance, but like a good comedic performance. Like a couple times when he's having that conversation with him, and his delivery is just like perfect. Like he just always knows how to tell a fucking joke. I mean, I love Ray Fiennes, but
Yeah, he's great.
I
in
also
this.
just think
better performance.
just think-
This or Conclave?
but are you saying this as in like between both movies?
Uh,
Like this character?
this one movie or Conclave? Better performance.
I don't know why I asked. It's this movie for like both options. Well, I don't know. I do actually really like him in Conclave. That was like a like we made fun of Conclave a lot. Like I don't even think that movie's all that bad, and I think
No,
he's
it's
like,
not. No, the movie's not bad. I like.
like
Conclave.
I like that movie,
Yeah.
and I think he's like good in that movie. Like I think he's good in fucking everything, really. But
No, he's great.
yeah, I don't
He's
know. I just
Voldemort.
Well, they call him the Dark Lord in this movie.
guess
That shit's
yeah.
funny. Little Reffy.
That is funny. I actually hadn't thought about that being a reference, but that's funny. Yeah, I like that whole like ending a lot. I will say I felt kind of bad that I was not as emotional when he died as I was at the big emotional scene in the last movie.
It's not your
Because
fault.
it's worse filmmaking. What do you,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
not- it's not
But I
your
felt
fault.
bad because I know, but I felt bad because I like the
It's not your
character so
fault.
much. And I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
that's
it's not a very great death, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of L. But the problem is that they ran out of things to do with him. That's the movie is kind of like, damn, like he kind of has to die.
Yeah. Well,
like-
it's also strange that both of them die, like both him and Jack O'Connell die.
Because they got to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Honestly, Ray Fiennes didn't need to die.
No,
He could have
didn't.
just like chilled,
He
but they
did,
were like, we
yeah.
can't have him in the movie anymore.
No, yeah.
He like plot. He just kind of like, we had to move on from him, but like he could have been alive.
I
We
mean,
just could've moved on
the
from
big
him.
problem with him not dying would be that there's less of a challenge facing Spike, I guess. But if he's just,
Yeah, Spike wouldn't have left. He would have.
yeah, Spike would have just been like,
That's
Dr.
true, yeah.
Kelson, protect me,
Yeah, I should have never left.
Yeah.
Here's my friend, Jimmy.
So that's like the big challenge with that, I guess.
What's her name? She
who's
said Kelly. Yeah, it's
Did
Kelly.
she say Kelly? Yeah.
Yeah. Two things. First, we got to talk about the very ending.
Incredible.
Right,
Excellent,
dude. He's like, what's the capital?
No, he's such a
He's like
incredible
testing her
actor.
on shit.
Oh my god, just
So
like
awesome.
an unbelievable performer. Like effortless, just like effortless.
Does he have a?
Captivating.
How did he have a kid? I didn't see the first movie.
So the first movie, he has a romantic interest in the first movie, and they at the end of the movie when they survive, they live.
Is
at
she
this
alive?
little-
Presumably not.
Presumably not. Yeah, and
But
they
she's alive
actually
she's
also
alive at the end of the first movie. So the
Right.
first
Yeah.
movie ends with them at the cabin.
This
that they're
place,
in.
like this
At
place
this
is.
pla- yeah,
Oh,
this
okay,
place,
okay.
yes.
that's why
Exactly.
when this movie like people real 28 heads would have
No, yeah,
known,
when it
but
cuts
in
to
my
it, you know. Yeah,
yes, in
I
my
knew,
like it cut to the house and I like lost my mind already, but other people waited to hear his voice before they started cheering, and I was like, oh, you guys are fake as fuck. Like it cut to the house and I started tapping my friend on the shoulder and I was like, it's fucking happening, and
Yeah.
nobody else was
Yeah.
reacting yet.
No,
and I
my
was like,
girlfriend
"Man."
was the same way. When it comes to the house, she was like, yeah,
yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
But
why is everyone's name Jim?
the I don't know. But
What are they gonna do?
I
with
also
that?
saw. Did you see the tweet of someone being like, Spike is gonna be fucking horrified when he gets
Yeah,
brought in by
everyone
this
he
man and
knows.
he tells him that his name is Jim.
Right. Maybe it's like one of those things where it's like, is there a big master plan there, or is that just like a coincidence?
I don't know.
it just
what that
feels
is,
like
but,
silly.
Anyway, to explain it, and also to like, yeah, the elephant in the room is kind of that the first movie ends with Cillian Murphy and her and a little girl that they've like taken with them to this house, but that little girl is not the little
Biologic.
girl in this. Yeah.
Oh wait, what?
No, it's
This is a new girl,
This is a new girl. Yes.
Yes,
This is
but-
presumably his daughter that he had with what's the actor's
right?
name?
So the
I'm
baby is
blanking on
not
right now.
with us.
Yes, that's the thing. No, and also, so here's the the ending of the movie.
Naomi Harris.
Naomi,
sorry.
thank you, Naomi Harris. The ending of the movie is Cillian Murphy, Naomi Harris, and this little girl go to this cabin that we see in this movie,
Yeah.
right? And then we see helicopters, and that's how the
Yeah.
movie ends.
Helicopter, like around them.
Yeah, like the movie is like
That's-
insinuating like humans coming to help. That's how
Oh.
28 days later ends.
Yeah. Which, so the implication could be like a couple of things, and I'm sure they're just gonna like find out a way to write around this since those actors are not returning. I guess the one thing could be that like both of them died, like both the girl died, but then like his I guess presumably like wife by the point that they're 28 years later in the future also died.
What if the
they
girl
like had a kid at some point?
What if the girl is what's the actor's name? Is Spike Small?
What? Jodie Comer?
Jodie Comer. What if the girl is Jodie Comer?
What?
And it's Spike
What?
Isn't Jodie Comer like 50 years old?
Well, age doesn't matter, bro.
What?
Never mind. Let's keep it going.
Anyway, the point is either both of them
32.
either both of them died and the only person that
Sorry,
survived
Jody.
is this like daughter that they had together, or maybe those helicopters that showed up like took the girl in and then only like Naomi Harris's character died at some point in the past 28 years. I don't know, but obviously like Naomi Harris is not going to be in the next movie, so
What's the
I
next
don't
one
know.
called?
I don't think it has like a name.
What do we
Yeah.
think?
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm not sure.
29 years later.
Well, because it's interesting that this is the first movie in the franchise where it has to have like something added to it, because
It
was
doesn't
just
have to.
days weeks later. But now you can't.
28
do-
years later, part 3. Let's keep it like that. That was awful.
I feel like it should get it should get like a
28.3.
name. The thing I was going to
Years
ask
later and
was
30
about
weeks later.
the like future, well, like about part 3, about like what you might be expecting or anticipating or want. And I guess like the biggest question surrounding the third movie is what the impact of Dr. Kelson's findings are going to be, and like if anybody is even going to
Well, like
discover
how?
them.
Like that's what I'm like. That shit died with him. I feel like.
No, Samson's
In theory,
alive,
but-
bro.
Yes, but
Yeah,
Samson's
but
alive.
does Samson know how to
and-
like concoct that stuff?
No. But like Samson's gonna show up in the third movie, like speaking.
It's
Like,
like,
it's gonna
"I
be
am
like, oh, there's a
Samson."
zombie that yes, I am Samson, and he's gonna be able to speak. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's like,
feel
I don't have a ticket.
I feel like it's probably gonna be a pessimistic ending though, right? 28 years. The third one's probably gonna end with the containment breaking and the whole world getting infected.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
Spike gets like
I don't-
teared apart.
To me, containment breaking feels
They tear
impossible
Spike
because
apart.
the world has like neglected this part of the world. Like they gave up on them. Like they're not
Yeah.
even they won't even like risk that happening. So I don't really know exactly how that could happen. It feels like it's up to like them, like it's up to like the survivors there to like fix the island, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't
Aaron
know.
Taylor Johnson shows up though.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious.
that's
Like,
the one
what-
thing this movie has. None of him.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
You drafted Werewolf, so you gotta.
I
you gotta
did
get
this
to it.
one too.
You also drafted this movie.
Yeah, so it cancels out.
Yeah, we won't do any calculation on how many points Owen has earned from this movie. You need to erase that from your brains. You can't be
Right,
thinking
right.
about
Well-
the draft now until next year.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
even remember points.
yeah, that's not important. Don't think about it. Don't, you know.
But that was a good pick.
Maybe. We'll see. Anything else you guys want to
I think it
mention
was.
about the Bone Temple, about your visit to the Bone Temple?
I like it. I liked it. I liked the Bone Temple. Didn't love it. Will not be
yeah,
excited to
I
rewatch
don't
this
know.
movie, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I still think I don't know. Well, so Doug, have you seen all the movies in the franchise? No, right? You
I haven't seen Weeks. I didn't watch
Okay.
Weeks.
I still think that Weeks is the weakest one, but this is, you know, the weakest one.
Right in the
Just-
fucking
yeah.
title.
But this is, I guess, in second to last place. And then I, you know,
Yeah.
on any given day, I struggle to decide between the original movie and 28 Years Later, but I kind of lean towards the original. 'Cause
Yeah.
I just adore that. I've seen it so many times also.
That's fair. I mean, 28 Years Later, very clearly my favorite. But I do like the first one a lot. I think I just honestly, it's funny. I don't. The movie kind of loses me when they get to like the rape camp at the end. I'm like,
Okay.
this is kind of crazy. I love the found family road trip with
Yes, I also like that a lot.
beautiful digital
It is-
photography.
It is extremely unfortunate that Brendan Gleeson has to die in that movie because I mean it's such a powerful scene, but like God, he is so fucking good in that movie. Like when
Yeah.
he's in it.
But
Yeah,
that movie's great, obviously. Like, duh.
Yeah. Anyway, we can move on and talk about some news. Before that, I'll remind everybody to share some feedback if you liked listening to us talk about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. You can like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. You could rate the episode on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And you can follow us at all the links in the description. Before we get to the news, I will mention what we should have mentioned last week, but didn't because of how long the episode was, which is that the Golden Globes happened. And we got some winners. We won't do an in-depth conversation about it.
If you
but I'll
read
just-
every single winner, I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
no, I was only going to read like the big five categories
Okay.
or so. But no, I was just curious if you had any input about the winners. Best Picture at the Globes is split into two categories, and the winners were One Battle After Another and Hamnet in those respective categories. Any thoughts?
So there's okay, whatever. There's a new podcast. No, I can't say it actually.
You can say
any-
that.
What?
I've been listening to it's a new show that just started called Critical Darlings, that does award show coverage, and I'm only because they brought up this point that the Golden Globes are actually like really good at predicting the Oscars, right? Like there's like a strong correlation between who wins at the Golden Globes and who wins at the Oscars.
If only somebody had
No one has ever said
brought forth this theory previously without being shot down.
But they also brought up a good point that I thought was like really interesting, where it's like, yeah, like of course that makes sense because they give out 2 awards for every categories, so they have 2 chances to get right for everything, you know, like yeah, it's a silly award show, Golden Globes, for a number of reasons.
It is, but I've grown at least over the past few years, and I know that you guys don't give a fuck, but at least over the past few years, I've grown to kind of like the Golden Globes like quite a bit. I think
Well, it's because it's like a dinner, right? So it's like a little bit looser, you know.
Ooh.
well,
it's
not
a
just
little
that, but
looser.
I think with like their voting, but and I don't know that like Hamnet is exactly a reflection of this, but the way that they've voted in the past couple years has been interesting to me compared to in the past, where like they would just fucking give out the weirdest Golden Globes in the past. Like it felt so strange sometimes who was winning, and it was like kind, you know, like whether it was like a popularity contest or like some weird thing. Now it feels like there's like some integrity to it, and like some logic, and like you see some wins in categories that you really wouldn't expect. I don't know. Like I thought The Secret Agent was a really fucking cool win that we'll mention in a second. Like stuff like that. It's just like that wasn't happening at the Golden Globes a couple years ago, even. So yeah, I don't know. I've grown to find them pretty enjoyable over the past like 3 years now, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the only thing that stands out about the Best Picture wins is that Hamnet is like the second placement. I mean, I think we all I don't really know that anything's going to change between now and when One Battle After Another wins Best Picture. I don't even know that a movie has a chance, but
No,
I
everybody
guess we
wanted it
all
to be Sinners. I've been saying for a
yes,
minute it was never going to be Sinners. But that movie's great though. But
It was never
right.
going to
Yeah.
be you.
It's interesting. That's the other thing, and I saw someone else. I don't know where I saw this. I'm sure multiple people mentioned this, but I saw people mention this idea that at the Globes the box office achievement award is kind of like a pity, like we'll give you one award that's like almost like a death sentence sort of,
Yeah.
because to put it in perspective, in the past the two winners before Sinners were Barbie and Wicked Part 1, and both of those movies early in the award season were like, oh, these movies could be competing for Best Picture, like people were like, oh, don't sleep on
Right.
Barbie, like it could compete with Oppenheimer, and then
Yeah, right.
it fucking loses everything at the Golden Globes except for the Box Office Achievement Award. And then the same thing happens to Wicked the following year. And now Sinners lost pretty much everything at the Golden Globes except for score and the Box Office Achievement Award.
Yeah.
And if it's going to follow the historic trend, then that would mean that it's not really going to do that well at the Oscars. But we don't know.
That award kind of just reveals, I think, what is the truth, which is a lot of people like this movie, but
Like,
We
don't
don't.
respect it enough to be giving it awards.
yeah, and that's just the truth for all the three of those movies, I think. Like the
Yeah, but it's
major
weird
awards,
because I don't know that it's like true to the same, and it feels kind of annoying because it's like Sinners was obviously a way better movie than those other two movies that won the award the two previous years. But even on
Sinners is
top
better
of
than Wicked. I'll say.
yeah, yeah.
Bold.
But it's also like I don't
Dreamy.
know. I do still think that Sinners has like some hopes in certain categories where I'm like, I feel like it would be at least a little bit more respected, right? Like you think of something like screenplay, and it's like One Battle After Another is obviously going to win an adapted, but that doesn't mean that Sinners isn't going to get like original screenplay, and it could still win best score. Like it could still pick up these other Oscars. I don't know. It is interesting that they don't respect it that much awards wise, which is like fucking lame, but whatever. Anyway, that's Best Picture. The only other things I wanted to mention mostly were the acting categories, which are again split at the Globe, so I guess they don't exactly work as predictors, but it could show who's in competition. For lead performances in dramas, Jessie Buckley won Best Actress for Hamnet, and Wagner Moura won Best Actor in a drama, which
it's in play. What am I
I was
saying?
pumped.
It's in play.
I was pumped. I will say his two biggest competitors are both in the other category,
Yeah.
so it's impossible to really tell what that means. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like that crazy to suggest that maybe he's in second place and Leo's in third place. I don't know.
I think that might be true, which is bizarre. Whatever.
Yeah, but you haven't seen the movie either.
No. I mean, like, I think the Timothée Chalamet performance is maybe a bit overrated, but I love that movie, so I don't care.
Yeah, the Jessie Buckley win was like expected. I think at this point, if we were like looking at those like acting awards, it's kind of a lock. I don't know. Like obviously anything could happen, but I just feel pretty certain that Jessie Buckley's getting an Oscar.
Coming from the rafters.
I don't know if that's like impossible. It seems like
money.
people actually really like
Very
that.
unlikely, I would
I
say.
bet on it.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. I'll say it. Like, so and then the lead actors in musical or comedy were Rose Byrne and Timothée Chalamet. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be way more confident in Jessie Buckley winning Best Actress at the Oscars than I am confident enough to say that Timothée Chalamet is going to win Best Actor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'd say with way more certainty that Jesse Buckley's probably getting the Oscar than I would Timothy. I still think Timothy's going to win probably, but
Listen,
I
I
don't
have
know.
bets that Wagner Moore are going to win out, so I need him to win.
yeah, I mean,
So-
I had bets that the fucking Bills were going to win yesterday, and that didn't exactly go to plan. So I don't know if really I don't know if your money is really
It
considered.
was their
when
year
Oscar
too. It
voters
was
are
their year. It
picking
was their
performances.
year.
It was supposed to be. And then in the supporting categories, this is really where I was like, oh, the Globes are like cool. You know what I mean? Like the supporting categories kind of like
Mhm.
prove my point where I'm like, these are actually fun to watch because we've been seeing this, you know, some of the smaller shows along the award circuit give out awards to people who maybe we don't think are like as deserving. And then at the Globes, the supporting categories were Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another and Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value, which if I was voting, like these would be the two people that I'd want to see winning at the, I mean, in supporting actress, maybe I would pick Inga, but that's not exactly possible. I don't know that she has like
Yo,
a
get
fighting
Tiana
chance.
Taylor on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean Tiana Taylor on stage is like
Yeah.
ideal. Probably my favorite speech of the night at the Golden Globes. I know neither of you watched. Well, you probably saw a clip of the
I saw the
speech. At least.
speech. I saw her. She's
Yeah.
the only speech I saw the whole night.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Probably my favorite speech of the night. Although Stellan Skarsgård was pretty funny as well. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have additional opinions about any of those. Oh, and Best Director, I guess, is worth mentioning. Also, Paul Thomas Anderson. Probably
Yeah, he's. I mean, it's
a
his
lot.
year.
It
I
is
guess.
his year.
Yeah.
It
No
would be,
Josh-
How many?
no
if you
Josh
were
Allen.
if you were setting the line right now, what's your over under for One Battle After Another Oscar wins?
I don't know, man.
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
That's a good. That feels fair.
Picture
That's-
director.
I'd
editing.
say over.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
what about 4.5? 4.5 then.
dude? I would say like fucking 8 or something.
Whoa.
8 is crazy line,
No,
crazy
under.
line, man.
Taking the smashing the ender.
I
'Cause here's the
think
thing,
I
here's the thing.
think
It's lock his picture, right? And let's say lock his picture and like let's say like adapted screenplay. Outside of that, what are the locks? Like editing's probably, director is probably. Then outside of that, we're really getting into like, oh, you know, I don't know. So like yeah, like cinematography, I guess probably. I don't know.
yeah.
4.5
I
seems-
I think you could get a lot of those categories. I think it's possible that yeah. I mean, it's gonna win at least one acting category. There's no way that like
I don't
no, I think it will. I saw and again, this is like statistics or whatever, but I saw a statistic that like no movie with that was nominated in all 5 of the major category or now I'm messing up the wording, but no movie that is going to get the nominations that One Battle After Another is going to get has ever like not won one of the 4 acting categories. Like
so you
it's
think
just
it's
it's too,
Benincio's here? Benicio.
no, I think it's going to be Tiana Taylor winning Best Supporting Actress.
Really?
Yeah, in my head, I don't
Okay.
because I think Leo's gonna lose probably, and
Yeah,
and
Leo
then,
should
yeah.
win though. There should be, yeah,
But I wouldn't be surprised. Again, that's also like part of setting the line is like I wouldn't be surprised if it's Tiana Taylor and Benicio del Toro or Sean Penn. Like I mean, it's not like I'll guarantee that Stellan Skarsgård's gonna win just because he won the Globe. Like I don't really know if that's
yeah. Here's the thing. I think I'm gonna be honest. Get ready for Sentimental Valley to be kind of in the acting categories to be underrepresented at the Oscars. I would say
underrepresented. I don't know.
they got 0 SAG nominations. That's the largest voting body.
Yeah,
is
but
represented in
that's
SAG.
Yeah, but that
no, but I'm
that's
saying that there's a strong correlation there, right? For the acting specifically, like
yes, but it's like an international movie, so I wouldn't take it that like I wouldn't think as much about it. I still think like there's no way Renata Reinsva is nominated for an Oscar.
no, I mean like winning, you know, because we're saying like
oh sure,
yeah, that's what
I don't
like,
I don't know that I expected it to win any in the first place, but I think it's definitely still going to get all of the nominations that it's gotten.
That's what I meant by
everywhere else.
underrepresented. Was like like I was gonna say like get
Sure,
ready. For
I thought you
like-
were suggesting that someone else is going to like steal their spot.
No, no, no,
Like,
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
like
no,
Kate
no.
Hudson.
Yeah, I don't think
Like
that Kate
Kate
Hudson.
Hudson.
You know what?
Song,
Kate Hudson could get in though.
blue.
Don't even.
No,
judge.
I
That's-
actually that scares me as well. I'm like, why was Kate Hudson getting so much love?
Hey, man. It
It
was more appealing.
I haven't seen that movie, so maybe we're just.
was more
we're just off
appealing
on
to-
that.
It's an
all the
academy.
movies
It's
that
an academy. It's like
I've
an
never
old
heard of.
academy movie, like a 2010s academy.
Which
movie.
also, this has nothing to do with the Globes, but this is worth mentioning. Did you guys see that the
Never
variety
heard
thing
of
that they published about like people's best picture cards and like people's logic for voting on the Oscar nominations, and
Yeah.
they said that F1 could be a best picture nominee because it's like a classic old Hollywood movie that everybody like is having
Oh, yeah,
fun
it's
with.
like a Jerry Bruckheimer film, you know?
Yes, exactly. So
Bro,
I
shout out
like,
Jerry B.
it's crazy to say this at this point, but is it like it's like technically not out of the running yet that
No, it's
F1's
like
going to be a
Top
best
Gun.
picture nominee? Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But
That's horrible.
Based
It's
on
like
the
way worse
nominations
than Top
voting,
Gun, but it's like Top Gun.
yeah,
It's got Brad
uh,
though. That's why they like it. They're like, oh, I know Brad.
Yeah, way worse than Timmy C.
Yes, I would agree that too.
yeah, not controversial to say. Okay, a couple more pieces of news before we wrap up. Michelle Williams has joined the cast of Damien Chazelle's next film alongside Cillian Murphy and Daniel Craig.
Is she gonna
This
be
is
like the guard?
supposedly the prison
at the
movie?
prison?
I don't know if she is going to be that.
Who is she
but-
gonna
It's
be?
cool. It's
In the
be
I don't know.
prison? Is she in the prison? Out of the prison? The prison?
on top of the
Bro,
prison.
we don't even know
underneath the prison.
We don't even know the plot of the movie.
In
yet,
the
and you're asking
walls
these
of the
details.
prison?
Is she playing jazz?
She's playing the prison door.
Yo,
guys
it's like
excited
when
for
Mia
this?
Goth was a statue.
Are you excited for the?
I
Damien
love
Chazelle?
Michelle.
Yeah. This movie's gonna be good.
This movie sounds bad.
What?
Okay. All right. Wrap it up.
What? What's going on?
We're putting a nail in your head. Out back.
Gracie Abrams will make her acting debut in Helena Rhine's Please for A24. It's described as a period female drama and a continuation of the edgy romance genre that Rhine tackled with Baby Girl.
This
Also
movie's
the
gonna
director of
be.
Bodies
I don't
Bodies
want to
Bodies.
be like that guy, but like
How many Gracie Abrams songs do you know every word to?
Me or Owen?
Either of you.
Me. This is a Kevin question,
This is not a Kevin. I don't listen to Gracie Abrams.
but you listen to more than me.
I listen to a lot of Gracie Abrams.
Doug's probably
listening
listened to more Gracie Abrams than both of us.
Yeah,
Combined.
probably combined. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know a single
I listened
song.
I listened to her one like album. She only has the one album, right?
She's two
But
albums. See, what are we
Oh,
talking
okay.
about?
Bro,
Fuck, my bad. I listened to one of the albums one time, and I don't even think
Get
I
some respect on
finished it.
JJ Jr.
fuck
Sorry.
JJ. JJ Abrams.
Yeah, when's she gonna direct a movie?
Is a
Fuck
devil.
starring in the movie. When is she
Oh.
gonna?
She probably better than in JJ.
Okay. All
One-
right. Chill.
yeah, I have like 200 Gracie Abrams plays, I think, on like
That's
Last
crazy.
FM.
So are you excited for her to star in Helena Rhine's Please from A24?
No, I'm not. But also, I think people are probably too mean to Gracie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I think at
it's
least
kind
a
of
little
like
bit.
she's an example of kind of a disgusting nepotism, I would say. Like one of the most no, seriously, like, one of the most glaring pieces of disgusting nepotism. But people are too mean to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
people
know
are too
if
mean to
that's
her,
just a
but
girl,
she's
right? Like-
disgusting.
I didn't call her disgusting. Come on, learn. You need to like go back to school. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention in English class.
Oh man.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't think this is it. Baby Girl's bad.
No, it's not. Baby Girl's
And that had
good.
that had Nicole in it.
Baby Girl's good.
right.
So
I should have been there on the Baby Girl episode.
yeah, where were you?
I don't know. Probably
Yeah,
doing.
I don't remember actually. But
We
you
gotta
know, that was
talk
back,
about-
that was back when Doug was skipping episodes every other week.
Yeah, he
so,
was skipping class playing hooky.
yeah. Adria Arjona and Kingsley Benadir are going to star in erotic thriller Scorn from director Sarah Violet Bliss about a woman who begins a passionate affair with a married man, and when he tries to recast their love as just a fling, she refuses to go away quietly.
I like that.
I'm excited for this.
That's a
I'm
good.
sorry.
I didn't listen to the first half. But
I'm
the
gonna be
second half
honest,
I
it's
liked.
like the log line kind of. I feel like Adria Arjona's doing a lot of the same movies.
Well, I
don't
like
know.
that.
Shout out. She's
I don't
the
know that
goat.
there's a lot of range in the types of roles that she plays.
Whoa, whoa,
That
whoa,
doesn't matter.
whoa!
That doesn't matter. Don't worry
Range
about
is
it.
overrated. Richard
Range is
Brody said
overrated.
so.
Sure, I'm not.
Listen,
not saying
she's
it's
great
a
in
good or bad
Andor,
thing,
bro.
I'm
She can
just
do whatever she
pointing-
wants. She was in Andor.
She was
Oh,
in
yeah.
Hitman.
She's in Hitman, yes, which
She's-
is
she's
also an
great in
erotic
Hitman.
thriller.
She's good. She is doing a good performance in Hitman.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah,
with you.
what
I
is
didn't say
that?
she
What
was
you-
bad at acting. I just said that she's picking
You
a lot
kind
of
of
the same roles.
implied it.
Yeah,
No, I
you were-
didn't.
You were saying that she
What?
has limited range.
No, I said
You
there was
didn't say
limited
that.
range in the roles that she's.
You
picking.
said
That
her
doesn't mean
range
she
was
has
limited.
range.
You're saying
Hmm,
Probably has great range.
Adria Arjona has L range. K Meeks.
yeah.
No, I think she's.
She
I
can
think
only
she's got
shoot
great
under
range. I
the
just haven't seen
basket.
it. I have to. I have to
Okay.
see said range to know if
You-
it's good or not.
Says she's only layups.
Granted, I mean, listen, she's doing those layups better than basically anybody else can. I would say.
How is
she's
she
very
in?
well
How is she
suited
in
for these
Andor?
roles. She's good in Andor.
She's
really
an
good in Andor.
actress in it.
What is
She's-
what is her role in Andor?
She's like the love interest. She's like Cassian's love interest
Oh.
that he has to be away from. But she has a lot of her own like interiority though. It's
She's
not
like a
she's not-
dead wife.
No, she's not like the dead. I mean, she is like the dead wife, but she's not like the dead wife in like a Nolan.
Oh,
movie.
but she is the dead wife. Okay.
But kind of, she's not like dead though. But she has like a lot of interiority though.
She's
She's like a
living
complex
wife.
character.
She's like
here's the
dead
thing
in
about
theory.
Andor. Here's the thing about Andor. Like the tropes like that don't really. It's like don't really matter in a negative sense because every character has so much going on inside of them, and it's
Right.
so well written. Yeah.
Interesting. Prequel to The Conjuring will be released in theaters on September 10th, 2027.
Yeah, fuck it. Who gives a shit? Give it to me, bro. I'll slap. I'm a little piggy.
Who's doing? Who's
Slap it
who's
again.
directing it?
Give me the Conjuring. Stop.
I don't think there is a director yet. Maybe there is.
There's
At
not.
least
It's
on
just
the.
it's AI.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know, man. I just work here, dude. I don't know. I'm not
sure is a
seeing.
director, but it doesn't matter. Give it to me.
Horrible.
Glenn Powell is in talks to star in Sam Esmail's original sci-fi film Tesseract. Plot details are being kept under
Whoa.
wraps. This is the director of Leave
The
the World
spin-off from
Behind,
the Avengers.
and who also has a movie called Panic Carefully coming out in 2027.
Yeah, this is bad. This is
Um,
bad.
Glenn Powell's.
He did iRobot, right?
Did this director?
Did he write
Yeah.
iRobot?
He might have written it. I don't think he
I
directed
think he
it.
wrote iRobot.
He hasn't directed much. But he was a writer on Mr. Robot.
Mr.
Same thing. The show with the
Rami
actor.
Malek, not
Yeah.
the
Oh,
actor.
okay. I'm stupid. So he is the creator of Mr. Robot. Like he
Yeah,
is
right,
the
right.
showrunner. Like the pro.
Yeah,
the
I knew
program
that
creator
was
of
what
Mr.
I was
Robot.
saying.
Oh,
I remember.
then he's like a
I
major
actually.
guy, I guess he's like a Vince
Yeah.
Gilligan type.
Yeah.
People. Well, I don't know.
For Mr. Robot.
He's like the Vince
people
Gilligan of
people like
Mr.
Mr. Robot.
He
a
was
lot.
gonna
I
do
don't
like
know.
he was gonna do like Metropolis or something.
With
Was he?
no, well, David Fincher was gonna do Metropolis.
Yeah, but this guy, I think, unless I'm like
Yeah.
pulling this out of my ass.
I don't know. People like Mr. Robot a lot. I watched 2 episodes
Yeah,
of
he
that
was gonna
show
do
and
a
then
he was gonna do a
TV show.
Metropolis. It was Scrap Metropolis TV show.
Yeah, for Apple
Huh.
TV. Well, that was him. That was this guy.
Yeah,
I thought David Fincher was
Interesting.
attached to that.
maybe both.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, this guy's not like nobody. I will say though, I feel like I
This
mean,
guy's
Glenn
no bum.
Powell. I just cannot be optimistic about his career right now.
Yeah, his next his
No, he
his
showed up at the show. Where did he show up? He with the suit and the.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was at
know,
an
man.
event. Wait, no,
He was at an event with a suit, and
Yeah.
I look. He just kind of. He got me. He got me back
Well, he
again.
looks
No, I mean,
great,
I'm
bro.
sure.
He needs to be in good fucking movies though.
the next
Oh.
thing
That's
the
thing
next
about
time
Tom
we're seeing
Cruise,
Glenn
he was in great
Powell.
movies.
Next time we're
Mm.
seeing Glenn Powell is in Chad Power season 2. So something to look.
Mm.
And then the
forward to.
J.J. Abrams movie.
Yes.
Bro, he was
Yeah.
supposed to be the future.
No, he's
Plus
gonna
he's
be.
he's going to be.
Andy
I didn't
Muschietti's
include this.
Batman,
I
don't
didn't
worry.
include this in the news actually because this is a piece of this. He was cast in this like months ago. But Kristen Milioti joined the cast of this movie this past week. Glenn Powell's going to be in a Judd Apatow rom-com. So, in case that I think we talked about that on the podcast when it was
Yo,
announced
maybe
in, like,
10
March
years
of
ago.
last
Yeah,
year.
remember
but,
the bubble?
Yo, I
Yeah.
like that movie with his daughter.
you did not like that.
The other
movie.
one, you know, he
You
does
did not like that
TikToks in
movie.
that.
Yeah, I
Which
like
is-
that movie with his daughter, which is every one of his movies since
Dude.
Maude Apatow learned how to talk.
No, but it's not Maud.
No,
Oh,
it's
is his other
different.
daughter?
Yeah. Is it actually? I don't remember.
That's
now.
what Iris Apatow.
Oh yes, Iris. Yeah, you're right. Is that
Come
the
on,
only
dude.
thing she's in?
I know the bubble.
I know the bubble. Yeah,
No, she's in,
2020,
she's in
Disneyland.
Sausage, she's in
Miami
Sausage
Heat.
Party as grape number 3.
She's in
Um,
Sausage Party.
Yes,
As
as
Grape
grape
number 3. Was she like 5 years old?
Probably. She's probably
as
a
the
baby.
grape and sausage party.
So she was born in 2002, and Sausage Party came out in 2016. So yeah,
15.
She's like 13, 14.
14.
She's in Knocked Up
Shut up.
apparently when she was 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's
Maud's, yeah, Maud's also knocked up.
Yeah,
They're
because
play their kids.
Miss Man.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Okay. I
It's a
don't
whole
remember
family
what
affair.
happens in
Isn't
Knocked Up.
who's in that? Right? Paul.
Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, Seth, Katherine Heigl,
The use.
Jason Segel.
Yeah.
What
the-
about
Um,
Knocked Up?
back when they used to really make movies?
Is
but they don't do
40.
shit like Knocked Up anymore.
This
This
is
is 40.
40.
Yeah.
Maud's also in This Is 40.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
The gang,
last-
bro. Shout out
Last
the
piece of
fam.
news isn't really a piece of news. I'm sure you guys saw this. That Josh Safdie revealed that Robert Pattinson has a voice role in Marty Supreme as the commentator / umpire.
Yeah,
That's
he
cool.
said, "I only know one British guy."
Yeah.
And
And
it's the
well, he was like on set, right? And he was like, "You're the only British guy on set." So
yeah,
you
because
gotta-
he was avoiding his like parental duties as like a father. And
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
know
you
if
were
that
like-
was part of the story.
No, I think that is part. I think they're calling our Pat fucking the Tom Brady of Hollywood.
yeah, he was like, "I gotta be on set. I can't be with my family right now. Just like I'll just sit there and watch you guys."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Can you talk?" He's
And
like,
he
"Wait,
did.
I forgot you're British." Whoa.
You're British
yeah.
and you're also like the greatest actor in the world.
Yeah, so you could do
Yeah.
funny voice.
He does. He loves.
No, but it's kind of just like his voice.
He loves to do a funny voice.
Yeah, but his voice is funny.
Yeah.
Sure. But he's not doing like
'Cause he's a
voice
freak.
separate from- Sure.
No,
yeah.
it's kind of like it sounds. It's not like it's like him, but like him announcer voice. You know,
No, it's just him.
he's
I
not
listened to
talking
the
like
clip. I
he's
listened
not
to the
like.
clip. It's literally just like him talking.
But he's announcing the thing. He's not like it's not
He's
like a
sort of like an
casual
announcer.
Okay,
conversation.
sure. He's like talking like an announcer, I guess, but it's just like
That's what I
it's his
said.
voice. It's not like he's sure.
That's what I said.
I guess it is, yeah.
So like, if you were doing an announcer voice, right? And
Would you
somebody
just
came up
talk
and
to
was
me
like,
like this?
and somebody was like, "Hey, I love your announcement or announcer voice, K-Mix." Would you be like, "That's just my voice"? What do you mean?
That's how he talks normally.
No, I guess I wouldn't say that. I guess I wouldn't say that. But also, I don't know that I'd really have an announcer voice.
Yeah, you
I don't know
probably
that I
would
could
just
do
sit
that.
and-
I'd probably fold under pressure, to be honest. You couldn't get me to like be an announcer.
Now we see Marty
Yeah.
Supreme, Marty Mousberg. I don't know.
Anyway, that's where we're gonna wrap up next week. Episode 151. We're gonna be talking about some Oscar
Damn, we're over the
nominations.
hump.
We're gonna be
Returning
talking
somewhere?
about Return to Silent Hill,
I'm so excited.
perhaps. Asterisk, because we need to all see it. But
Hey, I'm seeing Return to Silent Hill no matter what. It's
yeah.
up to you guys. Up to you folks.
Yeah, listeners of the pod, go Return to Silent Hill.
Yeah.
and
Also,
then we'll
it's a
see you next
limited
week.
release, so go watch it.
Yeah.
So you can listen to our show.
Yeah, for that reason alone, don't even watch it because it's gonna
Don't
be a good
even
movie.
watch it. Just watch it for us.
Yeah, watch it for
exactly.
us. As a
Anyway,
fan.
we'll see you later. Episode
You owe
151
us,
next week.
actually.
Bye.